Gado gado is a salad that is drowned in a punchy peanut sauce. This is a salad for a very hungry person. Hey guys, I'm Lara Lee, chef and food writer and author of Indonesian cookery book Coconut and Sambal, which is out now. Today I'm going to be cooking a really special dish in my family, which is called gado gado. And what it essentially means in Indonesian is mix or to mix something together. So to get started, I'm going to chop my ingredients for our peanut sauce. So here I've got 4 long red chilies. So gado gado is really loved in Indonesia, and there are 17,500 islands in Indonesia. 6,000 of them are populated, and I can guarantee you that wherever you travel in Indonesia, you will find gado gado in some shape or form, whether it's in a street food stall or a high-end restaurant. It is one of Indonesia's national dishes. I've got some garlic cloves here as well, so I'm just going to thinly slice those. We've got these gorgeous red skin peanuts for our peanut sauce. So peanut sauce is a very flexible dish. So you'll also find my mum at home, my Australian mum, will use peanut butter. Unsalted peanut butter is best, unsweetened as well. But for absolutely the best flavor, use red skin peanuts. So I'm just gonna fry off my peanuts. Make sure you've got a nice heavy base saucepan so you're frying safe as well. There's also a really good trick if you don't have a thermometer at home. You'll know that your oil is hot enough if you put your chopstick in the oil and lots of little bubbles kind of furiously bubble around it. So our oil is ready, so I'm just going to pop in our peanuts into the hot oil. I'm frying my chilies and my garlic. And what you want to be doing is making sure that you're moving things around the pan continuously. You can also roast your peanuts for about 15 minutes in a nice warm oven. You can also toast it on the stove top. So when I was pregnant with my son, I was deep frying and I left the hot oil on, and I had baby brain and I forgot about it and it caught on fire. And I threw a fire blanket over it, but I had to call the fire brigade because there was so much smoke, and the firefighters saved the day. Ever since, I'm pretty cautious with my deep frying. My chilies and garlic smelling so fragrant and looking really lovely. I'm just going to decant those. Okay, these are ready. So just with a slotted spoon, I'm just going to get those out. And you can see the color gone nice and golden. Here are our gorgeous deep fried peanuts. If you don't have a food processor at home and you do have a mortar and pestle or something similar like this is a traditional cobek and ulakan, which is what Indonesian use to kind of grind their spice paste and make their peanut sauce. And it's really as simple as just like grabbing a couple of peanuts and then just like giving a good old kind of pound and then grinding it into this amazing, gorgeous paste. Grinding it by hand is going to give a better flavor result, but life gets busy and I do love a food processor. And like I said before, if you were using roasted peanuts or peanut butter, you would literally just do this same step, just pop it straight into the food processor. I'm adding my cooked chilies and garlic. I've got some ketchup manis here. Now ketchup manis is this gorgeous fermented sweetened soy sauce from Indonesia. Chinese traders visited Indonesia a lot over the last 1,000 years and they brought soy sauce. And a lot of palm sugar is produced in Indonesia because they have the Arenga palm and lots of palm trees. So they produce palm sugar. And so they put the light soy sauce and the palm sugar together, added like quite a few aromatics, cloves and coriander and pepper and so on. And then what came out of it was this gorgeous fermented soy sauce called ketchup manis. Now, I'm just adding tamarind here, by the way. If you can't find ketchup manis though, because it is like something that you find at a specialty Asian grocer, you can make your own by putting 60 mils of light soy sauce and 90 grams of palm sugar or brown sugar in a saucepan, letting it simmer for a couple of minutes, and you've got a really good homemade ketchup manis. So I'm just gonna grind my peanut sauce. Here we go. And you can see that it's gonna need a little bit of water to loosen it. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of water. It smells so good. Now, how you like your peanut sauce is a very kind of personal thing. I like my peanut sauce to have a little bit of texture, but I still want it to be quite nice and pourable and smooth. So blitz it to how you like it. Ooh, that is looking so good and smelling delicious, and just look at that color. And what I want to do is add my water until it becomes nice and pourable. So just a little bit at a time. It might get a little messy. That's my son there. He's like, I want peanut sauce. He can't speak yet, but I can hear him. He really wants them. And we're kind of getting to like a kind of nice Greek yogurt consistency. So I'm just going to season it with a little bit of salt. Traditionally, you would find lots of different variants of peanut sauce in Indonesia. So the most famous one being chicken satay with peanut sauce. Yum. There's kind of lots of things that you can do with peanut sauce. It's just a fantastic thing to use in the kitchen. So the thing about gado-gado, it's all about doing some prep in advance and cooking off your vegetables before you assemble everything together. And then it's just a really simple dish to make. So it's also a really great dish for leftovers. You know, if you've got some cooked veggies lying around the fridge, absolutely drizzle those in that peanut sauce. So I'm just gonna chop the cucumber into some really thin slices. And when my grandmother used to make gado-gado for us, she would carve her cucumbers and carrots into these beautiful, beautiful flowers. So this is my non-beautiful flower, but slices of cucumber. I'm also going to chop some carrots into little matchsticks. You can refrigerate peanut sauce for about up to a week, I'd say, is about the right amount of time for peanut sauce. And then if you want to keep it for longer, then you would want to pop it into the freezer. That's my dog. Hey, Tuxedo. You want some gado-gado? He loves Indonesian food, which is obviously very important in this household. And I mean, when I met my husband, his chili tolerance was pretty weak. And now, I mean, he is up there with the best of them. But it's taken years of training to get him to that point. So I recommend little and often if you want to increase your chili tolerance. I've just sliced some firm tofu here. You could use fried tofu. You can use any kind of marinated tofu. And I've also got tempeh here, which is a fermented soybean cake that you get in Indonesia, and it's really, really healthy for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fry this off in a pan. My saucepan of water is bubbling now, so I'm going to boil off my potatoes. I'm just going to halve my cherry tomatoes. I'm using a lot of ingredients here to make my gado-gado, but 100% you guys can swap and change. It's just one of those dishes that you can really use any veggies that you have lying around, just absolutely go for it. Tomatoes are hard. I just want my tempeh to get golden colour all over. Just chopping my tender stem broccoli into some chunks. In some countries they call it broccolini. Our tempeh is nice and golden, beautiful all over. It's going to have a lovely kind of nutty flavour. So our little baby potatoes are finally ready. So I'm just going to get them out of this boiling pot. Okay, now I'm gonna blanch and refresh my tender stem broccoli and my green beans, and I'll just cook those for like 1 to 2 minutes. I'm just gonna add a bit more salt. So I'm just gonna drain my vegetables into some cold water. I'm just gonna boil my eggs. Salt my water. Also, salt in your water when you're boiling your eggs make your eggs easier to peel after you cook them. I was raised in Sydney, Australia. My dad is from Timor in Indonesia, and my Timorese grandmother came to live with us when I was little. I loved the flavors and the smells of her cooking, and well, she was widowed at 36, so she learned to cook as part of her morning process. Turns out she was really good at cooking. And then she ended up opening a bakery, and that was how she supported her family. So she had these wonderful recipe books that she had handwritten, and that's really unusual in Indonesian culture because recipes are normally passed down orally. You know, my cookbook was very, very much a real celebration of my grandmother's life and her life kind of told through food. When I moved to London, my mission really was to, learn all of those recipes that I grew up with. Just gonna slice our potatoes in half. Okay guys, we're now ready to assemble our gado-gado. For me, it's all about textures and colors, so just kind of assemble, making it look as appetizing as you want to eat it. Got some tomatoes and lovely boiled eggs. So I'm just popping on some kerupuk crackers, which is these gorgeous kind of Indonesian crackers that stimulate the appetite. They're basically similar to a prawn cracker. If you can't find kerupuk crackers or prawn crackers, good old potato crisps will absolutely do the trick. And I'm also just garnishing with a little bit of fried shallot here. It looks so pretty right now, and I know what you're thinking. I don't want to put the peanut sauce on it, But guys, you've got to, and you've got to drown it in it. And you want so much peanut sauce, it is swimming, it is having a bath, it's having a great day. Get in there, toss it up, mush it around. Things are gonna fall out, things are gonna look like chaos. But this is what's meant to happen. I'm gonna chuck some more of these crackers on top. Some more fried shallots. This is our finished gado gado. It still looks really good, even with the peanut sauce all over it. I'm gonna have a nice little taste of this. Here we go. That is really good. The nuttiness and the richness of the peanut sauce and a little bit of heat coming through from the chili. And then you've got the crunch of the vegetables, but the softness of the egg. It is just so good. I know that we can't travel very much right now, but this is the kind of dish that will transport your kitchen to Indonesia. So I really hope you enjoy this recipe, guys. If you want to find out more about this gado gado recipe or more Indonesian recipes in general, you can check out my Indonesian cookbook, Coconut and Sambal, which is out now. I really enjoyed cooking this for you today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. I mean, I should know where my fire blanket is. Here it is! Oh! I have not replaced my fire blanket. So that is what not to do, is to not set your kitchen on fire.